Testing, testing.
Is this thing on?
I believe it is. We are live.
Hell
Are we
yeah.
live?
We are live.
We're live.
We are live and rolling. And tonight on the show, first of all, I'm Jim. Hi. And this is Patrick.
Hey. I'm
And
Patrick.
Our guest tonight is, you do a lot of things.
I do a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I do a lot. That's crazy.
So it's Kujo, the Kreator. Say hello to Kujo, everyone.
What's up, y'all?
The live studio audience. So, okay, so I was trolling your, let's talk about, first of all, we met because you reached out, we met at Collab.
Yeah.
Go figure. But you reached out to me recently about podcasting.
Yes, sir.
And, let's stop that right now. You don't call me sir, man. Sir was my dad. But yeah, so I thought it would be a good idea because you are a creator with a K.
Indeed.
To have you come in and let's talk about all the things that you do. We'll promote anything you want to promote, and then we can have a conversation about podcasting. So if you guys are interested in podcasting, you might learn something tonight. I don't know everything there is to know about podcasting. I only know the things that I know. And I know a lot of the things that the things that I messed up.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I can really that's where I help people when I say, maybe you should do this or that. And it's only from past experience going, I should have done that. Those are the things I should have done, but we'll get into all that good stuff, man. So take me through all of the things that Kujo, the Kreator, does.
I'm a dancer, actor, model. I do a lot. It's crazy. I'm a photographer now, too.
Okay.
Just started with that, too. It's actually a pretty dope journey right so far.
Yeah.
Going down it. And soon to be podcaster, hopefully.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You don't pay attention to the cameras, man.
Yeah, you don't
Unless
have
you
to.
want to make a point.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, so the dancing thing I've trolled your page, not like weirdly, but I just wanted to see what you're about. And I enjoy your dances because I can't do a lick of it. I can't dance for shit. Okay. So, I noticed you said on your profile as a choreographer. So you choreograph all those dances that you guys do?
So the only thing I've choreographed professionally is a music video called Let's Bop.
Mm-hmm.
Artist Twin Trey, shout out to you, bro.
That's what's up.
You put me on for sure.
That's what's up.
And I'm in the studio with my teachers, TJ, Marlon. They're the choreographers. They're teaching me, and they have been guiding me into where I want to be as a dancer, and also anybody else in the dance community that's around, like QJ. Shout out to you, bro. Big one. I interviewed him too. Actually, It's on the page.
Yeah. I saw that.
And basically, like I said, the whole community, man. Even the people around me, my friends, the whole group chat.
They better be on here watching.
I hope they are. And the person I came up with dancing from high school, JT, shout out to you too, bro. Everybody has just been putting into me and have been supporting me along the way. And most of the stuff is just freestyle. I'm being honest with you. What I post is freestyle.
How do you come up with those dances though? I mean, you just do you learn specific dance moves and then you just kind of squash them all together? I mean, how do you do that? Or is it just totally freestyle, just whatever you're feeling?
It's that and also whatever I feel.
Okay.
I say what really pushes me or motivates me is the way I feel the song. Necessarily, my family is very musically oriented.
Oh, awesome.
I
too am a musician.
Yes. Funny thing, I play the guitar and I know how to play piano a little bit.
Okay. I only play the drums. That's it.
I want to learn how to play the drums, actually.
Yeah. It's not hard. You just beat on stuff. To 1 and 4. That's it.
1 and 4? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, shouts out JT. Shouts out 2X. Kujo, what's good, family? Kujo, what's up?
Yo,
What's up,
yo,
Chris?
that's my homeboy. He actually mentioned like him going to be joining the stream. So shout out to you, bro,
Nice.
again.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because, like I said, it blows my mind to watch you dance, and especially when there's multiple people, and you're not like looking at each other, but you guys do the same moves, and it's been really good. And whatever you're capturing that on, the video quality is good. So I'm enjoying your content for sure. What kind of drew you into photography? Just like a new hobby, or?
I think what really drew me into photography was my homeboy Doc. Shout out to you. He basically,
It's gonna be a lot of shout outs.
Yeah, a lot of shout outs. They're my boys. Everybody literally put into me. But my homeboy Doc, he has been recording my dance videos since day one.
Okay.
Even meeting him just branched me off to meeting everybody that
Right.
I've ever came across.
Yeah.
Even you.
Yeah.
I'd necessarily say with him, and he was like, hey, bro, you want to try filming something?
Oh,
I was like,
okay.
okay, cool. So I got out, and I think we were out near towards like the Riverwalk, and we
Uh-huh.
were just shooting a video one day, and I was like, yo, this is dope. And from then on, I just loved when he gave me the camera and I was able to film.
Yeah.
Um,
Something about holding a camera in your hands.
it's like a lot of power.
It's that, and it's a different avenue for creativity.
Yes, sir.
So like with you're used to using your legs a lot. You dance with your legs and whatnot, and now you're holding this little thing in your hand. And it's like you're creating this really cool stuff. Photos and video and all that good stuff. So he's a videographer.
Videographer, photographer,
Okay.
and a dancer too.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's good to have people like that in your corner for sure. I could use a couple of them. I'm just saying. Check the Indeed. It's the app. Put your app in. It's jokes. I can't afford to hire anybody, but I would love to have some people come and help me with video and editing and all that stuff because I just don't have the time. Okay, so you do all this dancing, and now are you traveling? It seemed like I seen you traveling a bit, going
Yeah.
here and there. Where all have you been?
From Jacksonville to Atlanta too many times.
Okay.
The biggest place, the main.
You went pretty far, didn't you?
Yeah, I've been to Boston.
You ever been out of the States?
Yeah, Boston, Massachusetts. I've been to Salt Lake City, Utah. Just came from there about last week, 2 weeks ago, actually. Yeah. Went out there, filmed some content, did my thing. Shouts out to my girlfriend, bro.
Oh, okay. Okay. Long distance relationship? That
Sucks a lot.
sucks so bad. I feel for both of you. Shout out to both of you. Hey, Patrick, shout out to you, buddy.
Shouts
to
out.
Patrick.
Shouts out. What up?
Anyways, one thing that I did notice, and I don't know if the last time I was at Collab,
Mm-hmm.
it was like we knew when the dancers showed up. Y'all get wild.
Yeah.
Y'all get wild. And I've seen some of these like the group where y'all get into a room and everybody's just piled up around the outside and somebody on in the middle and they just kind of do interpretive dance, it looks like. Do you do that as well, or are you involved in that?
Yes, sir. I actually am. This summer we had like a big session.
Is that what do you call that?
Sessions, events, labs, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Like, the biggest one we necessarily did was this summer at the studio. I think it was called El Meetup.
Okay.
And it was like dancers from all over Florida. Like, there's a lot of dancers everywhere in Florida. Like, Florida is dance central.
I didn't know
like, that. I didn't know it either until I actually got really like deeply involved.
Yeah.
Within the community.
You started networking.
Yeah.
What helped you to network in the dance community?
What helped me to network within the dance community was getting closer with my friends, and then we're like, okay, hey, we're gonna go to Atlanta or something like that, and we meet up with them, the folks up there. Love y'all Atlanta dancers out there though. Y'all really put me on. going out there to Atlanta and just talking to people and like, hey, we really rock with you, or hey, we want to see you grow.
Right.
And I guess it just started from there, and then it went from meeting those people to meeting other people. So it's like you just have doors swing open, like left or right.
Is the dance community in Atlanta greater than here?
I don't really want to throw no.
I mean, you can say. I mean, you know, it is what. I mean, if it's not, if it is, then we need to work on building it up here, right?
Florida's very strong with the dance community, but I feel like personally, Florida dancers like are top for real.
Okay.
Nobody touching us for real. If I'm being so,
he's just stroking y'all's ego now. That's what's happening, right? That we're doing. It's all right, man. It's all good here.
All love.
Yeah,
please,
yeah. Everything
love.
is about love, and I mean, this podcast is about creatives, being creativity, all that good stuff. At any level, whether it's photography, videography, dance. I think I've had a couple models on here. Josie is a brand manager. You know, we've done, you know, and I plan on having much more diverse. You know, but anybody who's out there and they're crushing the game, I whatever game that is that they're playing, that's who I want to have in here. So that's why I kind of wanted to have you in here. So let's get into this pod, because I wanted to get all that kind of out of the way, because I know that I can get really long-winded about podcasting. What's up, Patty?
Oh, JT done shouted out again a couple times. Said Twin done shouted out the whole community. That he said no one touching us.
For so he already know.
Yeah. So JT is here.
Yeah, he's a Florida dancer. That's my best friend.
Okay. What's up, JT? Shout out. I should not do that. So podcasting. Talk to me about what you, and we don't have to give away everything, but like, what direction do you want to go in with podcasting? Like, is it going to be a dance podcast? I mean, what type of podcast are you going to want to do?
I feel like what I would want to do with a podcast is help others that are creatives. You know, if you ever want to talk about something. But again, I don't really know much. I'm 18. I just got out of high school.
Sure.
I'm a jit for real. I'm a real jit. So I'm still learning and I'm growing. I've never mastered anything. Like I'm still even learning more with dancing and obviously just starting out with photography. So I feel like what I want to do is just help out others with what I know and what was already given to me and what was instilled within me.
Yeah, I get that. So basically you want to do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You inspire me.
Because that's what I think you. That's great. That's what I hope. I hope that I inspire people. I hope that I help people to put their product out or get themselves elevated, what have you. I mean, that's my only hope with this entire endeavor, you know. So I'll start with, what questions do you, I know we've already talked about it a little bit.
Yes, sir.
But what questions would you ask me about podcasting?
I necessarily say, I've just gotten told, if you have an itch, scratch it.
Yes.
And use whatever you have in your resources right now.
100.
So it's just like, do you just pick up and go?
Yes.
Or you just,
Yes, and I'll tell you a little story. I think I might have talked about it on here with somebody. But when I first started podcasting, the very first podcast I ever did, my girlfriend and I, sorry ladies, just kidding. We you could still call me. It's okay. We'll talk about that offline. Whoa. Stop the presses. I was a joke anyways, but yeah, we were on vacation in North Carolina. We were in a little cottage and we had been talking about starting a podcast. And ever since I was a kid, I've been a tech geek. Like if somebody had like a handheld CB, okay, let me just tell you, this is how old I am. When we were kids, we had like CB radios that looked like walkie-talkies.
Ain't even D, it's B.
Right. So like, you know, have you watched Stranger Things? those things where they pull out them big long antennas. They're like they talk to each other. That's what we had, and I was like a geek about that. Like when the first home computers came out, my friend had one. It was a Commodore 64. I geeked out, and I was at his house all the time. So, but like when I got older, I was like, wait a minute, I got old people money. Let's do this podcast. But I didn't know what I was doing. But we were there. I turned that whole trip into a vlog, which didn't make her happy at all. I vlogged the entire everywhere we went, sitting in the cottage, everything we did. I had my camera in front of my face, and sometimes in front of hers. But it's up on my YouTube channel if you'd like to check it out. Just don't click out of here. But once we're done, you can go watch it. At any rate. Yeah, and I didn't even think about recording it on my camera or any of that stuff. I just opened my laptop because to me, all I thought about with podcasting, I was like, it's just audio. Why would I record it on my camera? I wasn't thinking about all that technical stuff. So I opened up my laptop, my little MacBook, and I opened GarageBand. No microphones, just the internal microphone, and we just went. And we did, I think it was a 35-minute podcast. And then from that point on, after listening back to it, I was like, I don't like the way this sounds. I like the content. The content was good. We had fun. It was an open forum, open discussion type of thing. But so that it matched what we were looking to do. But the audio for me was never good enough. So I set out on a mission. I set out on a quest to find the best way to get good audio. And, 3 or 4 years later, here we are, and I know quite a bit now. And I could have probably saved if my now self would talk to my then self, I would probably save myself thousands of dollars on gear that I ended up either selling or sending back,
And headache.
Yeah, for sure. Headache, for sure. But the main thing, and this is something that I learned from, we all have the people we look up to, whether it's someone in your life or maybe someone on YouTube.
A celebrity.
It could be the YouTube celebrities of the world, and I was following closely behind a couple of them, and their biggest thing was, I don't care what you want to do or what you're going to do, just fucking do it. Don't sit on your hands. Don't wait. If you're waiting for gear, if you're waiting for this, like, oh, I don't have it, because I told myself that. I don't have enough money for microphones. I don't have enough money for this. I don't have enough money for that. So I was like, I can't do it. But the thing that helped me push me through, and her, was one day I said, we just need to do it, and we just did it. And that is the very first step to podcasting. Even if the podcast sucks, at least you did it, and you got it out there, and I mean, we could, by the end of this thing, we might be breaking it down to technicalities, like how you do this, how you do that. This could be a really good how-to podcast episode. Yeah. I don't mind doing that. I actually thought about putting together a how to podcast video. I've done a couple that were sort of in that realm, but I want to do a really, really detailed, the way I do things, the way I would suggest doing things. But so that might be something in the future for you guys to look forward to. But as of tonight, I'll just bestow you with any knowledge I have, and anyone that's watching gets to listen and learn for free.
For sure. Like,
and maybe you can teach me some dance moves later.
I'm gonna teach you how to moonwalk.
Yo.
All right, look, man, my hips are bad. I'm not Shakira. These hips do lie.
Dad joke.
Yeah,
man,
for real.
Oh, when you talking about the podcast, speaking of that, I was looking into it, and also my girlfriend was too. So I've been telling her, like, bro, you got a phone, you got a microphone.
Sure.
Go ahead, bro. Like, it's nothing to do.
Are y'all wanting to do one together?
She's kind of going into her own
a different direction.
Twin, go ahead and start that podcast. Stop playing, bro.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I mean, if you and there's like I said, you got a phone, because that's your best tool for when you're starting a podcast.
Yes.
If you want to make a YouTube channel with video, if you want to do audio, it's got an audio recording device on your phone, and it records really high quality. I did on this podcast, on the audio version of this podcast, I did a 30-day. I was like, I'm gonna do a podcast every single day, and towards the end, I got kind of like, boy, they are going bananas out there.
They're nuts.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I wonder if they sound like they're not in the gate anymore. Mom will find them, I guess, or someone will. But yeah, I did this 30-day podcast, and I was doing it in my car, holding my phone to my mouth. That was it. And I would just talk about whatever came into my mind, whether, and it would usually be, photography related and what have you. But it's just the easiest thing to do. I mean, you just sit down. If you have a voice, if you have a message, that's my biggest, that would be my only, the second piece of advice for podcasters is to make sure you have a good, strong message. Whatever that may be. My message is a message of, and we have sort of the same messages, just I'm a helping hand. I want to help people out. I want to lift people up. I don't care about what, myself, like if people ever know me, if I'm not trying to get famous. I don't want to be YouTube famous, but I want to be, I know that I have to get there so that I can pump you out and that it does work, and it does what it's supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
But definitely make sure that your message is sound and that it's something that you're passionate about. Because if you're not passionate about what you're doing, people are they're gonna pick up on it. Anyone that listens to your podcast, they're gonna know. They're gonna pick up on it. I apologize for the dogs in advance. They're outside, but they're barking. Don't worry about it. They can't get in here. They're just loudmouths. So what outside of that, like what type of message would you well, let's go to this. What kind of guests would you have on your show? Would you be looking to bring more, cuz this is mostly like mainly geared around like photography, videography, but since I've been doing this interview podcast, it's been everybody. So would you be leaning more towards the dance side? I mean, would you probably start out that way because that's what you're comfortable with?
I think I kind of lead everyone into it. Like any creative, like you could do something crazy, bro. I want to know about it. Like what makes you want to do it or what drives you to do it?
Right. Yeah.
I feel like if I put out everybody, then it'd be fair. Which is necessarily where, it would be hard to do a little bit, but I think I'd probably do it in like segments a little bit. Like, okay, we about to shift into this.
Okay.
Or hey, dance would most likely be first. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. No, that's a good way to go. It's a good way to get started. Good way to get your feet wet. I think you bring in people that and that you're comfortable with talking to and having a conversation with. Now, if you wanted to format it a little bit more, like this is very loose. This is very just open conversation. But if you wanted to format it to where you sat down and you have segments and all that good stuff. So Will has his "This Is Not a Podcast."
I seen that. I love it.
Okay, I love it too. I think it's a fantastic. If you haven't checked it out, it's on YouTube. Yeah, I think it's on
YouTube, and he posts it on Instagram too.
Right. So this is not a podcast. Go check it out. But he by the Improv. Sorry.
We addressed him by his government name.
Yeah, I know, right? It's hard for me to remember people's actual names. So like I usually just call people by their handle, unless you tell me your name. So either way, you're Kujo the Kreator to me. That's it. But that's a really good format. I like that format. It's a little bit something more different. Like this is not as polished as his. We're live. We live stream, and then once we're done, it's already up on the YouTube. I don't have to do anything to it. I don't have to. We don't edit any of that stuff. I make sure the audio quality is good. Like the pre-production is there. I've got him doing all the pre-production type stuff, with the music in the beginning and you'll see all the intro banners and everything before we get started. So that's like live pre-production. And, I really don't have to do a lot of post-production except for when I go and basically I take the video and then I just rip the audio off of it and upload it to the audio page.
I think you did that with like a post with Chris before. maybe.
with Chris. Oh yeah, I mean,
I think he made like a reel. Yeah.
oh yeah, well, I definitely make reels out of this content, which I generally I try to make 2 or 3 reels out of these videos, but sometimes life gets the best of. I have a full-time job. Do you work as well?
Yeah, I work as well.
So that's another thing that's really hard for podcasters or people that want to get into this because you do have to have a passion for it. You have to have a passion for talking. I love talking to people one-on-one. This is like my favorite thing, and especially when I get to talk a lot. I mean, I don't like to hear myself talk, but I like to be able to share the knowledge I have. And this is great for me, but definitely it's difficult with a full-time job because, I mean, you're out there, you're working, your mind is not where, it's wandering. You're thinking about your job. You're not thinking about, tonight I've got a podcast, like I work today. And, I barely, until you messaged me, like I didn't think about this at all day long. I can't, I mean, it's like because I'm busy all day long. And I
wasn't thought about.
Oh, you were thought about. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it like that. You for sure were thought about. But I don't think about what am I going to talk about? I don't think about none of that stuff. I just come in here and we sit down and have a conversation, person to person. And that's the way I like it. This is how I like to meet people. This is how I like to really get to know people. I think it's important that we sit down and have these. For me, I like the longer form podcasts because, and I think it's kind of taken over. Yes, please go ahead. That's for you. I think it's kind of taking over like mainstream, mainstream media, TV. When's the last time you watched TV, like real TV, like the news?
Yesterday, actually.
Was it because your mom had it on?
My granddad had it.
Your granddad had it on.
Yeah, it wasn't on my own accord. I don't watch TV.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. But you won't watch that. You'll open your phone and watch YouTube. You'll watch whatever else. But just think about it. You've seen the interviews on the news, right? You got like 7 minutes of segment, and then 4 of those minutes are taken up by commercial, or 3.5. Sorry, it's usually 3.5 minutes of commercial, right?
That are brought to you by Pfizer.
Right. But you really can't get your point across. You really people can't get to know the guest. They can't, if there's a strong point that they need to make, they can't do it in 4 minutes. It's just not going to happen. And especially these freaking panels. I don't know if you ever watched CNN, but they'll have these like 9 people panels and everybody's just shouting over each other. These are all supposed to be professional people. They're congressmen, congresswomen, whatever, congress people, and they're like our government. They're people that are in charge of things. They're yelling at her like they're in a freaking cafeteria in high school, But this,
it's raw. It's natural.
It is, and it's quiet. We can talk. We're except for the dogs, we're not distracted. I probably am more distracted by it than you. I'll it drives me. There's at least 4 podcasts that they were just blowing it up. Like you guys want to come in, you can be on the podcast, but
sitting right there in that chair.
Oh, one of them will do it for sure, or in your lap. But for sure. So definitely, it's a labor of love. It's something that you've got to. I would say you would need to be passionate about that. That you really want to do it. So, I mean, would you say that you're passionate about talking to people and meeting people and getting people's message out?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm very socially awkward. I have very bad social anxiety.
Me too.
Would
you believe it?
No.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. Not here.
Yeah. Not here. Yeah. It's
I'm
like
still here. You ever see me at Collab? What am I doing?
taking pictures.
That's it. I don't talk to people really. I talk to John. I might talk to Ray. I might talk to Elliot, but like for a second, and then I'm like on to doing what I'm doing. I'm focused.
Yeah. I think I really kind of like stepped out my comfort zone, especially when I started dancing. To really put myself out there more, or I just start talking to people and networking. I feel more comfortable when I'm in my own social setting.
Right.
Like where I'm working or like say I'm dancing, like that's where I'm comfortable at. It's like where I'm most comfortable at. I will ramble on. I will run your mouth off. I run my girlfriend mouth off.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's and a couple of my friends, you know what I'm saying?
That's interesting because that you're socially awkward, but the way you dance, and when someone starts dancing, and especially in a public place, do you like find little dark alleys to do this stuff? Because you're doing it out in the public, it looks like. But when you start dancing, especially in a public place, everybody looks because they're like, "What is the?" Oh, because they see it out. It's like some movement going on, and then they look and they're like, "Oh shit!" Y'all are just tearing it up. How does that feel? Does that make you feel awkward, or do you feel like more comfortable doing that because you're good at it?
Yeah, most definitely because I'm good at it. I was kind of shy when I was necessarily like just growing as a dancer, like bringing it out to like my platform or just putting it out publicly, period. I would really necessarily say I'm really comfortable with that. I just don't really like attention on me, like just personally, like
I'm
just
gonna
like
beg
that.
to differ.
except for while I'm dancing, I don't care. Like,
Yeah,
it's like
and
okay,
social media.
Yeah, bring that,
Yeah. So you like the attention on social media, yeah?
but not privately.
Well, not do not hit him in the DMs. He's got a girlfriend. I'm gonna see block that too. So don't. I hit him all the time. He's married to my daughter, so I have to.
Yeah.
That's my son-in-law.
Oh, for real?
Correctamundo.
Hey, he's obviously never watched the podcast. That was a test. No, I'm joking, dude. I'm just totally jerking when you're chained.
Read it and wait.
Man,
See that thing on me?
For sure.
I got that thing on me.
For
that
sure.
man is happy.
He is very happy. They've known each other since they were little kids.
Oh, so
Yeah.
that's just been your dad over it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like 12 years now.
A long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to you.
Yeah, back to you.
Back to you, Chet, over in the newsroom. So would you say that the dancing thing is really interesting to me because you said you're like introverted, kind of socially awkward. I understand those feelings. But like for me, when I have a camera in my hand or a microphone in front of my face, it's like that melts away. And this is like my camera. And I mean, obviously, this is a form of communication, but my camera, I use it as a means to communicate. The dancing, is that like to you, that's how you express emotion? And I mean, it's a way to communicate with the public.
Yes. I most definitely use dancing as an outlet, a getaway, and also a way to express myself. I feel like my first time actually ever doing that was when I was going through crazy stuff in the past. And I was like, okay, I know how to do this. And what can I do to help myself grow and further extend it? Because I'm actually interested.
Right.
I feel like once something has my attention, or it's like, oh, hey, or it's like poking at me, it's like I'm definitely finna run off with it for sure. And then just continuing on further, I just took it as, okay, I love doing it. I can do it. I'm good at doing it. I'm professional now. So I was like, why not make some money off of it? Let's go do it.
Yeah. Do you make money with it? Really? Are you like signed to some kind of contract with some kind of like a dance group or something like that, or management company? How do you? I mean, I don't mean to pry, but that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. You piqued my curiosity.
Well, the way I can't tell you.
Look, I don't want to know about your OnlyFans.
Oh. No. Never that.
Hey-oh. All right.
Well, I do content for a very big social media platform.
Oh, nice.
And I was just out in Utah filming content for them.
Oh, cool.
I think I got hit up by them in August. Literally exactly the date of my birthday, which was so funny. It was a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was like, hey, you got to be 18 for this. And I was like, funny, I just turned 18 today. And then that was a very big blessing itself because I was like, dang, like I just got hit up by them out of nowhere, and it was off of a network that I've got from working with Red Bull.
Oh wow.
Yeah, funny thing is, like, I hit up my friends and I was like, hey, let's link, let's do da 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 da.
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, bro, you want to come with us or what's up? So I came with them. They were doing something for Red Bull, and then Red Bull just gave me a media pass. And then I was just there just to show
Observe.
my face. Yeah, and do content with them.
That's
so
cool.
And then got to watch and do a lot more. And then after that, we just went off and did whatever we wanted. And then even before that, the whole thing, we're just making content, which was actually pretty dope. Shout out to Juby and Flick, bro. Y'all
Hit 'em.
really
Hit them.
Hey, bro, love y'all dogs. Yeah, they're very big dancers too.
Okay. I don't know the dancing community, so I wouldn't know. I imagine you're more immersed in that that world.
Yeah.
So this Red Bull thing took you to somewhere you can't talk about.
Until it gets dropped.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You're gonna see pretty much later on in October.
Okay.
Yep. And pretty much have been like kind of getting sort of like Instagram is kind of weird with the algorithm.
Super weird.
Super weird. It's like little videos here and there will get me money or whatever. I really realized that my account was monetized when I was in high school.
You monetized your account in high school?
Yeah, which was weird. I didn't even know that.
Wow. Okay.
I never knew until near towards before me graduating.
So you got to have a lot of views coming at you.
Funny thing is, the video I just uploaded like 4 or 5 days ago just went viral.
Oh, snap.
It's at 300K right now.
Wow. Look at you.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Maybe we'll do a little clip and you'll share it out. And maybe we'll
For sure.
See what happens.
we gonna see what happens.
Well, I mean, obviously, we'll keep dancing back and see how I did that.
Dancing back
and forth between podcasting and dance. Yay, hey-o. But with podcasting, when you have guests on, obviously you leverage their audience, and then they leverage your audience, what have you. I mean, we all eat, basically. And to quote Jennifer Janeo, I think she's got a podcast going tonight. Might be over and done with. I don't know. At any rate, but yes, I would, I definitely would tell you and anyone else that's looking to podcast is when you have guests on, their people might become your people. At least some of them. If I can get a 1% retention, I'm happy. So go subscribe. I don't, whatever. We'll do that towards the end. I'll hit everybody. I'll ask you all to subscribe again to the JWM Photography, which, there's some stuff in the works. I got some stuff coming up. I know you probably saw some of that on Instagram today.
Yep.
But at any rate, I'm not going to talk too much about that because I don't want to give it all away. Do you have anything special project-wise outside of that's coming up, outside of the thing that we shall not talk about until it drops?
Until it drops.
Yeah.
Right now, I am about to be part of a choreographed project. Choreographer is Bounce. And it's based around Halloween and everything. And,
okay.
We're about to start, getting in the studio and going over it, practicing and having those rehearsals. So we're just finna see what that's like and where it goes.
Yeah. What kind of dances are you doing for Halloween?
It's involving a hip hop video.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yes, sir.
Immediately when I think of dance and Halloween, I think of Thriller.
Look.
That they're out to get you. What the hell was I going to ask you?
I have a question.
Please do.
So,
oh my God.
yeah, this is cool. Actually, now
is this the good question?
Yeah, this is the good question.
Is this the one that you always ask everyone?
But
okay.
it's like a two-part. So,
okay.
You've obviously heard of AI.
Yes.
becoming incorporated into everything.
Yes.
And CGI is just crazy now. There's actors such as Bruce Willis, who has like this bad disease, ailment, some sort that he won't live long for, but
Alzheimer's, I think.
yeah, something. And he basically signed his rights away to be able to be animated, like created via AI and via CGI. And I kind of just want to. I guess I don't know. I don't think you would know, but if you have signed a contract yet, do you know if you've signed away your image, or because I have heard of people, and I'm on X now, pretty deep, but there's rabbit holes.
X Twitter.
Yeah, but there's rabbit holes that I go down on there where I've seen people young as such as yourself who are just getting into the industry like this, and they've already signed their rights away and their likeness, and they've seen themselves on commercials that they've never been a part of. So just something to be aware of. Read the fine print whenever you're doing these things, because ultimately you could be signing up for something that you don't know, and you want, if you want to monetize your image as full as possible, then that, if whatever company you sign that contract with, they have it forever now, just because you didn't read the print.
Lawyer up for sure.
I never knew that.
So read every line.
If you don't understand something,
ask somebody.
That was something I was gonna. That brings me to the other question I was gonna. Like, I mean, with you doing all these jobs, these big jobs that we can't talk about until they drop. I'm gonna keep saying that. You're doing these big jobs for these big companies, and hopefully they're paying you well. But do you have representation, like management or legal team or anything like that?
So basically, going through all over the years, my mom has been like a momager.
Okay.
So she knows damn near everything.
Okay.
So, and she'll just run through stuff with me.
Like, you trust her fully.
Yeah, I trust her fully because we've been doing this since I was about 13.
Just don't let her Britney Spears you. I don't think that she would. Mom, I'm not. If you watch this, I apologize. I didn't think.
Oh, yeah, K Jones shouted out. So proud of you, by the way.
That's my mom.
Oh, yeah. She was in here earlier.
Oh, is that your mom?
Yeah. That is my mom.
Oh, hey,
I'm
Mom.
So proud of you, Mom.
Yeah, we know you're not going to Britney Spears him. It was a joke.
That's
I'm
funny.
just making jokes. But seriously, though, it has happened. These companies, sometimes these large companies will take advantage of the talent. I mean, it's just the way it goes. What are your goals with the dancing long term?
My goal as a dancer is to continue to improve.
Mm-hmm.
As a dancer, you don't know everything. You really don't. Like, I remember Kujo, he was like, bro, I've been learning stuff from you, and I've been in the game for a long time. I was like, dang, bro, I'm looking up to you. I didn't even know you were taking and picking away from me a little bit.
Right.
And my whole goal as a dancer is to improve as a dancer fully and help others and get into places where they can excel and grow as a dancer and go off and film whatever choreo they want to do, or choreograph, or be in a music video, or continue to extend themselves. Like, I haven't done everything. Like, I'm still, like, I feel like throughout a whole case of stairs, I'm at like step 2 right now.
Okay. That's very humble of you. I like that. You know that you're like, I'm young and I've got a lot to learn, but you're absorbing everything. I can tell that you listen actively and you're learning as much as you can from whoever you can. And I think that's a fantastic thing with like the photography. You're hanging out with the photographer, might as well learn it, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, where do you see yourself in like 5 years? Let's take it to 10 years. Let's take it there. Like be dancing in a J-Lo video or what? What do we do? Well, 10 years she'll probably have like both hips replaced.
I don't think she'll be dancing, but somebody will be dancing.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna be dancing.
She'll be wheeling herself out in a wheelchair. Probably not. She's very fit. She's very, very healthy. Carry on.
Mom said would never, by the way. Would never.
I know she's going to kick my booty.
Where I see myself in like 10 years, I necessarily see myself. Is there something specific that I want to do?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's up to you.
Like, I feel like as a creator, I just want to be at a point where I'm successful enough to fully like continue to invest myself into other projects that I eventually be doing in the future. Like,
right.
And I also want to be financially stable.
Of course.
New adult.
Yeah. But you don't want like a regular job.
For sure I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my job now. I love my job.
You gotta say that for the boss. They might be watching.
Oh my
right.
gosh.
Yeah, we'll keep it clean. Oh wait, too late for that. I didn't
Too
keep
late.
It clean. Yeah, I didn't drop an F-bomb.
Way too late.
Yeah, it's okay.
I done said damn about 3
Yeah,
times.
you did. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
You're going to get slapped when you walk in that door.
Yeah. I said worse. But it's okay. It's just words. It's like noises we make with our mouth hole, you know. And if you say the wrong one, ooh boy, that gets everybody all up in arms, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm curious to know. You know, I imagine I kind of have an idea where you're going to take things. You know, you're going to continue to content create. You know, and on social media, maybe you'll start a YouTube channel because honestly, I mean, I feel like in 10 years, cable TV is going to be out the window.
Oh, the streaming is very big right now.
Yeah,
nobody watches TV.
No. I mean, nobody watches MTV. You know, and that stuff. I mean, but when I was a kid, I was in a rock band, and all we wanted to do was be on MTV. But we didn't have this. There were so many blockades in between the barriers into where we wanted to go. The barrier for entry was huge, and now, if you're a creative, if you have a talent and a real skill to do anything, just do this, and then get yourself out there, and people are going to see it, and there's an audience for everything, right?
Yes, everything, even the weird stuff.
Even the weird stuff,
even
like
the
what?
Weird stuff. I don't even want to.
This awkward silence brought to you by Kujo the Kreator. No, I'm just playing with you, man. Don't let me get under your skin.
Nah,
I make jokes. You know, that's how I deal with awkward situations. My whole life, I've joked myself out of fights with bullies. I'm 5'8", you know, and I've always been little. You know, my whole life. I've never been a big guy, so I always got picked on because it's always easier to pick on a small one, right?
Yeah.
So I'd make people laugh. You know, that was how I get out of that.
But I think I use dance like that.
Okay.
Thinking about it now, like, because I've always gotten picked on for being like the shortest one.
Yeah.
But it's like now I was like, I got a talent. Y'all can't do that.
When was the first time that like you really you knew, like you had been dancing? Let's say you probably started dancing in your room in front of the mirror, right?
Yeah,
bit, like
that's where it all starts.
Yeah,
for
you
real.
practice.
That's every day.
And then when you got confident enough to like dance out in front of the public, in front of your friends, maybe at school, in the hallway at school or whatever, you know, what was like that? What was that feeling like when you actually did it, and for the first time in public?
I think I was kind of shy.
Yeah. It was like an out of body experience almost. Like, am I really doing this?
Yeah, it was. I think the person that really helped me like step outside that comfort zone is one of my very most closest friends, Stoney. He really brought me out my comfort zone. He introduced me into everybody, literally, that I know to this day. Like, I appreciate him so much.
Shout out, Stoney.
Stoney.
I'll do it for you.
Yeah. He necessarily told me like I got this. Keep working at it. Everyone that I've met when I first started out posting my content on Instagram was like, "Hey, bro, keep working at it. Keep doing it."
Yeah.
I just had a friend tell me that I motivate him, and I was just like, "Bro, I was just with you, and I was like looking up to you. Now I motivate you." It was weird to think about. I was like, dang, I'm really having that effect on people. So
for sure,
I really have to look at my craft and thank others for what they have really instilled within me. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's really amazing. And, you know, back to what you said something earlier, you said that there's somebody that was kind of like teaching you, and you just said it again with this person, but they were like teaching you, or they've been doing it longer than you, but then they're looking up to you, like you inspire them to do things. I mean, no matter how long you've been in the game or whatever it is that you're doing, no matter how long, you should always be learning from people that are older and younger than you, and maybe the people that are just starting. I mean, I learn from a lot of the young people.
I learned from Chris, bro.
Do you?
That man he is insane with the camera work. That kid is crazy.
Yeah, I learned a lot just sitting here talking to him. You know, when I had him on the podcast, it was a very eye-opening conversation with him. And I mean, he's got his head on straight. You know, he's focused on what he wants to do. He don't screw around. He's working. He's about the work. He loves the game. You know, and I mean that's the way I feel the same way. But I mean, I learned a lot from that conversation. And again, you know, I'm learning things from you, and because I don't know anything about the dance world. I have no idea about the choreography world. I couldn't choreograph my way out of a paper bag. You know, I mean, I don't even know where to begin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know any. That's what I was asking you earlier. Like, how do you come up with your dance? Is it like dance moves that you learned, the specific moves, and then you just kind of like say, okay, I'm going to do this move, and then I can bleed into this move?
That's literally how it works. Like, it's like you have to start off with, I feel like, well, this is what somebody instilled within me. Mm-hmm. Start off slow.
Yeah.
Then keep progressing. Like, you have your rev up and then just keep going. That really stuck with me being a freestyle dancer / battle dancer, choreographer, whatever. I basically do it all. I'm still learning.
Battle dancing.
Yes, battling is
That's
crazy.
a real
I
thing.
love battling, yes.
So
I love battling.
So would you just dance like a dance off?
Are there like judges?
There's judges. Like, there's dance battle events all over Florida, all over the states, even across the country.
I don't know why. I just like, this is gonna be silly, but I just had that like scene from like Guardians of the Galaxy where he started dancing.
Yes,
it's a dance off, turd blossom. You know, or yes, whatever he said. I can't remember, but.
I have a friend. Yeah. His name's Bam. He actually played in that movie.
Really?
He was the dancing guard.
Nice.
Yeah, which is actually pretty funny.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's very cool.
That's very, very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And I'd say the most thing about battle dancing is like it's very competitive.
Yeah.
There's the trend dance community. There's like battle events for trend, and there's also all style battles like Red Bull. And Snipes.
Okay, you gotta define some of these things, man. Okay, we talked about battle dancing. Now you just said Snipes. I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay.
As in Wesley. I mean, what are we doing?
Dad joke number 4.
So,
are you keeping count over there?
He is.
I got a tally.
So Snipes is a shoe company.
Okay.
And basically they were like sponsoring these events. My first Snipes event, I went with my homies, Soap, Kari, and Jarrett, and we all went out to Atlanta for this event.
Guy's name is Soap.
Yeah.
That's clean.
Soap.
Like Call of Duty.
5. That's 5.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Carry on. So y'all went out to Atlanta.
Yeah, we went out to Atlanta. We had so much fun, and it was very eye-opening for me. Like, oh, dang, like, this is a whole new world of dancing. Like, I was like, oh, my gosh. Like, these people are insane. Like, people are doing crazy moves. I want to learn how to break dance so bad.
Like backflips and
yes,
like standing backflips. That's the craziest shit I've ever seen. Who did that? Somebody did that at CoLab, I think, one day. I can't remember who it was. But what about like, okay, so there's a couple of guys, I can't remember the guy's name. Oh my God. And I apologize. When I remember who it is, I'm going to like kick myself. But I took some photos of him. Mm-hmm. He's got like long dreads, and like he was doing like handstands and all kinds of stuff. I can't not remember his name or even his handle right now. been a minute. But at any rate, like I followed him.
He's a dancer and / a performer. I think I was there and me and him networked in.
Okay.
Yeah.
But have you seen any of his stuff? Like that's where I was talking about. Like they would get in these rooms and
I think I can pull it up on my phone.
Probably.
Yeah.
But you know, and the way he dances is different. It's literally like interpretive dance.
He's very dynamic too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to find his Instagram because now I know exactly who you're talking about.
Is it like I Am Me or something like that? I can't remember.
I
can't remember what his handle was. But at any rate, the point was I didn't know if that was the same types of dance that you do or if that you get involved with. Because I think that was the crowd when they came in to the collab. Man, it got loud. I was like, whoa. My introverted battery just
him?
Went,
no. Was it him?
No.
Wait. Now I'm confused. Because I think you shot him too. He was
did.
doing, yeah.
He did this weird, like, upside down.
Yeah.
And he had his legs were crossed like a figure 4 up in the air. I was like, whoa, that's cool. But yeah, he was doing all kind of crazy, like, this stuff and, you know, popping and locking and whatnot. And yeah,
that was pretty good, Jim.
You like that? You like?
Yeah, can you do that for me?
That's the robot with the broken arm. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to me to see all of that stuff. I haven't seen it. Maybe I didn't get deep enough in your content, but I didn't see any of the big battle dances and stuff like that. I'm sure they're on your page. Yeah,
yeah, most definitely.
I just didn't get that deep.
Yeah.
So tell me more about. So you got battle dance, and you said snipe, and then there was something else.
Snipes is part of the battle dancing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He said Red Bull as well, I think.
Yeah, Red Bull.
Yeah.
Yeah. They host events all the time. Like it's national. Like that's worldwide.
Right.
Yeah.
What kind of? What do y'all win? Prize money, or is it like first, second, and third type of thing, or what do we do? I mean,
you have the world title, and
really,
you also have money.
Oh, nice. You ever won any money in a contest like that?
Nah. I want to get to that.
What are y'all thinking?
I want to get to that level though.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, you're on your way, man, for sure. I feel like, what I've seen. I'm impressed, for sure.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and for you to say, for what you've done already, and for you to say that you're only on step number 2 of a long staircase, it's pretty humbling. It means you got big goals.
Yeah,
and you got a lot of time to do it too.
Way too much time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody else popping in there, Patty?
No, we
called you Tommy.
We had a couple likes in here. We had like 8 people in at one point.
Okay.
But yeah. If you're in here right now, go ahead and just drop a like, drop a subscribe,
ask a question to Kujo the Kreator.
Yeah, push us in the algo or do something, or just say hi. Yeah.
Go ahead, do something.
What's that? Where are we at on time?
Oh, we're at 1 hour actually, right on dot. Wow.
It just blows by, doesn't it?
Way fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know I already asked you this, but I'm going to ask you one more time. Is there like anything that you want to promote while you're here that people can see and that you can talk about? Anything coming up? Anything ongoing? Anything you want people to go out and check out for Kujo the Kreator?
Most definitely come to the collab next week, October 5th. I'm gonna be there. Take some pictures of you.
Word.
And just look forward to a lot of content and a lot of different content too.
Yeah.
So I just got this camera with my homeboy.
What'd you get?
And the Lumix G7.
Oh, that's right. We already had that conversation.
Yep.
I can think that might have been before the cameras were rolling, but for sure, yeah, that's a good camera. It does live streaming very well. I shot a couple of photos with it, but it's a crop sensor camera, but it takes very clean photos and it's got a good color profile. I like it. I think it's a perfect starter camera. I think you're gonna really enjoy that.
Yeah.
If you need any help setting it up, let me know.
Got you.
I'll hook you up for sure.
Yeah, we were just out filming actually yesterday.
Okay.
Not yesterday, 2 days ago.
It will shoot in 4K as well.
Yes, it does. Like the quality looks amazing on some video. Like, please look forward to some content. I got some crazy ideas and everything. But we just shot a couple of videos. I'm even debating on posting this video today. It's been like itching for me to post.
Why don't you want to post it, or why are you holding off?
I want to wait till like Friday, because it's like on Instagram you gotta have so much engagement, and it takes a lot to see what your followers like, what time to post. Like if you go on Instagram, go on your analytics right now, you can see what time everybody engages with your account. You can see what time.
So you get into all that?
Yeah, I actually like look into everything.
Really?
Yeah.
I do not look. I don't care.
Maybe your goals are different.
I mean, I think we have pretty much the same goals, but I think if I didn't have a 55-hour week work week, I'd probably have more time to sit down, and I need to go ahead and pull the trigger and just hire Josie to do all that stuff for me. I can't, like a brand manager, someone to kind of keep an eye on all that shit. I don't have the bandwidth up here. It's not possible for me.
Look, you gotta find time somewhere.
Yeah. For sure.
I think it was kind of rough on me, like to really find time to do everything while I was in high school. Mainly because schoolwork on top of schoolwork, and then me worrying about what's the next assignment? What's that? After I graduated, I didn't have to worry about nothing. I was like, okay, like we outside every day doing something. So
that's the way to do it.
Yeah, I feel like me investing into the camera was most definitely like a big move, because I had already bought a camera before.
Yeah.
Getting the G7, and it held me down for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I want to improve my quality. I only take pictures off that camera. I never recorded videos. I recorded videos off my phone.
Sure. It's just easier.
Yeah, it's way, way too easier. And plus, a big thing was TikTok. You usually record TikToks from your phone always. Yeah. It's always engagement somewhere, or like somebody's going to see it, somebody's going to like it. That's the biggest thing I could really say. If someone asks me like, well, what's the biggest thing with content? How are you pulling in da-da-da?
Yeah.
Or what's the views? How are you doing that? Just post consistency. Once you are consistent, you're showing that you're having fun with it, that you're loving it. And then biggest thing, make sure that you yourself are loving your content always.
Yeah.
Because it's your craft, nobody else's.
If you're making content for other people, again, it translates, and they see that, and they're like, oh, he's just trying to win us over. But if you're passionate about it, that also shines through, and I think that really captivates people.
Yeah,
for sure.
People see you having fun, and then it attracts them just like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's when I look at you dancing, I don't see you like putting on a show for everybody. That's you enjoying yourself.
Yeah, you
can definitely tell that you're like, because it's a whole different vibe between this Kujo and the one that's on the dance floor, for sure.
Yes, sir.
How would you describe that dynamic, that change in you?
I feel like me right now, like I'm chill, laid back, just chilling. But then once the music comes on, it's like something in me that just fires up, or it sparks, and it's like, okay, you gotta move. Like, go ahead, do something. Like, go ahead, dance. Like, just dance, bro.
Turn into like a lion, or like a wolf. He's like out there. He's like, because
it's just like you have so much confidence, especially when you really know what you're doing, and it's a song that you know for real.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm about to do this. I'm about to kill this song or something like that. Yeah.
It's good, man. I like that. What kind of diversity have you run into on social media at all? This comes up quite a bit, especially with the younger folks, dealing with like haters and stuff like that, negativity on social media. Have you dealt with any of that stuff?
When I started out, I most definitely did.
Really?
Because when I started out posting on Instagram, I wasn't that good at dancing.
Was it
at
other
all.
dancers or?
It wasn't other dancers. It was mainly other people like off the net or like, cause your videos get out everywhere.
Sure.
So it was like somebody random. Oh, why are you doing this? Oh, I didn't like that. Or being so super blunt. Oh, the video's ass.
How does that affect you?
It didn't. If I'm being so for real, it really just pushed me
so
like
for real.
Yeah.
I just learned that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Dad joke number 7.
No,
And
that
we've
was,
been keeping up too.
Yeah, that dad. Listen, when dads start saying the new slang, or parents in general, and this is a tip for the parents: when you guys, if you're tired of your young folks using these slang terms and these weird sayings like "oh, be so for real," like cap, no cap, all that shit, start saying it yourself. They'll stop. Because I mean, when lit came out, I was like, "Oh, that's lit," and I was like, my kids were like, "Dude, stop. We're done with lit. Lit's over." But sorry, I didn't mean to get off track. It's my ADD. You were saying about dealing with the haters. You should like you don't. It doesn't affect you.
Yeah, I take criticism very well.
That's
like,
good. It's hard for young people.
Yeah, I feel like that it was hard for me in the beginning, but then I started looking at it like, okay, if this person is telling me that they didn't like it, what can I do to improve it? And what can I do to improve it that makes me feel like it's better, not make others feel like it's
right.
better.
So you take it, even harsh criticism, you take it as constructive constructive feedback.
Yeah, like everything. Like if you tell me something right now, like, hey, this is this and this is that, I don't think you're doing this right. I'm gonna take in it, and I'm gonna hone it for real.
You know, that's something that I think even adults could learn from you for doing that. That's huge, because there's a lot of people. I know a lot of adults right now that if they see something negative, or if there's somebody comments a bad comment on their post, they lose their shit.
Yeah, people are quick to fire off. I feel like if you really sit back and observe, then you'll learn everything.
And I feel like when people make those types of comments or negative comments, they're really just reflecting their own issues onto you, because it's easy. And a lot of the internet is anonymous. You know, everybody's got a handle. Everybody's got a screen name.
You don't even know this person. Like,
right.
I don't know you.
Right, right.
Twitter fingers.
Yeah, Bob267. You know, who the hell is Bob267? We don't know, but he said some mean shit. But you know what I always say is, on top of that, engagement is engagement. You good comment, bad comment, you still commented, ho. Am I right?
Yes, you're completely correct, and that's how I really take it. Like that's what I start to think of it as. Like even when my friends are like, "Yo, this person just commented under my post," I'm like, "Bro, don't take it for real, bro."
It's another comment.
They're behind the screen. Are they telling you in person? Even if they told you in person, don't even take it to heart.
For sure.
Yeah, because it could just be some bot farm. You never know these days.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that is a real thing. There are bots out there, and with the AI, it's getting only better. Not to go back into the AI, but that's Patrick's favorite.
It's gonna. I'm telling you, bro. AI is gonna take over.
It is
in a way that nobody thinks it's gonna take over. There's gonna be a bunch of deep fakes in the next 5-10 years that people are gonna believe, and it's gonna start hysteria and wars and stuff like that. It's just writing on the wall.
Wait till
right
we
now.
all get the neural link. You know about that, right?
Yeah, I know about
Elon Musk has this. Have you
the
heard
brain chip thing?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like that, people are coming up with freaky stuff.
Dude.
That's some stuff like I see in like a sci-fi movie.
Sure
low-key.
is, like Black Mirror.
Yeah.
It's like a literal Black
gosh.
Mirror movie or TV show. Like we're all gonna. I mean, we may not experience it, but like maybe your grandkids might. You know, they might be born and they put that chip right in immediately, and they just grow up accessing the internet through their brain. Could you imagine that?
Oh my god.
Being able to pull up data like that, you know,
In your eyeball,
not
and
even
you're
have
walking around.
not even have a phone in their hand, you know, just crazy.
And it's just in your eyelid or something like that. You
Yeah.
just controlling it. Yo,
it's
that's
really
freaky.
just in your head. Yeah, it's just
You
like
wanna,
you're conscious.
And I feel like the barriers between privacy are going to be taken down. I don't think anybody's going to be having privacy anymore. Any thoughts that you have, people are going to be able to see them immediately. So I mean that could be a good thing, because then people are really going to have to work hard to not be assholes.
the world might be a way better place.
It could be.
If I can read what you're thinking,
yeah,
you know, you're not going to be thinking bad things that often in front of me.
I don't know. I might be thinking really bad things.
Wow.
And the mind is a weird
Dad joke
place.
number 8. Yeah.
True.
Yes.
Very
very
weird.
true.
Well, and they're already developing this software or this contraption that people are putting on their head at work, and it can monitor your brainwaves on whether or not you're engaging in a certain activity,
Like a neural
Yo.
net.
such as
That's
scrolling on a
crazy.
computer. It monitors your break time, how many clicks, all sorts of stuff. Just engagement based on your brain bandwidth.
Mhm.
Yeah, they can
Well,
monitor.
and now they have. I don't know if companies are using them, and we're getting way off base, but this is just
Yeah.
part of it. This is what we do.
Yeah.
But there are like eye tracking programs, like, and they can see where your eyes track. I mean, some phones have that. You know, there's like, I think it was the Galaxy S3 million, whichever one they're on
Your
right now.
phone right now, like your iPhone,
Yeah.
like you're looking into the
Mhm.
lens for it to
Mhm.
open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that's literally it's tracking your
it's
eye.
tracking
Yeah,
the
track your
shadows
whole
on your
face.
face. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's craziness. But yeah, I mean, we're coming up on crazy times.
They've been
Kujo.
using that eye tracking software since the 80s in Apaches, because what they do is they fire off missiles, and literally wherever they're
Wherever
looking,
their eye, yeah.
the missile goes right to where they're looking. It's crazy.
That's nutty. Could you imagine
I
if they
never
just like,
knew
you know,
that.
sneezed and looked over at their buddy or
Yeah,
something? and the
that
missile
technology's old, 50 years
comes
old.
back and blows them both out of the sky.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
It's creepy.
Oh, Kay stopped in, said, "I'm so proud of you, nephew. Hey, Nukabuka." They also said, "Team
It's
US."
funny hearing him say it, isn't it?
Team US, we ain't worried about you, proud auntie. I don't know how to pronounce that. If I botched it, I'm sorry. And then Granny T said, "Love ya."
Oh wow,
yeah.
we got
the
everybody.
whole
now.
family here right now.
Momager said he acts in models as well. By the way,
We did. He did mention that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did mention that.
We did mention that.
Yeah. Are you acting in anything professional currently?
No, not right. I'm actually trying to jump right back into it.
Mhm.
The major thing I've only done is a documentary.
Oh, cool.
Like back when I was 13 or 14.
Really?
And it was I don't even want to say it.
Okay. You don't have to.
But basically it was based around history, and I played a part in it of me escaping with somebody else.
You can't you escaping things. Come on. You don't want to say it. It's okay. I'm
It's-
not gonna force
I
it.
would. It's it's funny because we're on a podcast.
We're
and
gonna
it's
get
like,
it out of them.
Yo, so basically it was a slavery documentary.
Okay.
So it was called Secrets of Florida Keys.
Okay.
It went on the History Channel.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Funny thing, my grandma got me through that. Like,
Okay.
And from then on, it's been just me modeling since. After
Yeah.
that. But I really want to hop into modeling. I really love modeling. I
You-
mean, modeling and acting.
Yeah.
I was in drama in high school. It's like once the camera's in front of me, like,
You just turn on.
yeah. Like I feel like that's most necessarily my escape for real.
Really? You
Yeah.
like being in front of the camera?
I like being in front of the camera. It's like I'm shy.
I mean, I
behind
couldn't
it.
tell because when you first sat down, he immediately started eyeballing the camera, talking to the crowd.
Yeah.
doing that crowd work.
He's doing it good. It's good. That's the way you got to do it. I mean,
Always.
especially when you're by yourself in front of camera, you talk directly to, and I will address them occasionally.
Them.
And you got to say they and them now. Whoa.
Hey, you don't have to.
But I will address that, but yeah, I think that's great, man. Like what there's so many things and so many avenues for modeling in Jacksonville. I think the modeling, I talked to Cameron, you know
Mhm.
Cameron.
Yeah.
He's great. I love him. Shout out Cameron. Hopefully we'll see you at Collab. Watch, I missed last time. I'll go this time. He won't be there, but at any rate,
Yeah.
he's big time. You gotta watch out. He's big time in the whole. He's running
we
the game.
talking about the same camera, right?
Cameron Lott?
Yeah, Cameron Lott.
Hold on.
Do you not know Cameron
I know
Lott?
Cam.
I mean, come on now. He's going to Instagram. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to Instagram.
We got to check it out.
While he's checking that out, Mom, Grandma, I apologize for my foul language. I was not aware you'd be watching. But then again, I don't usually censor myself for anyone. So
I'm 18 now.
yeah, I know. He's a big boy. He's a big boy.
Still get your ass.
He been here for hours. That is true. That is true.
That's what Grady would say.
Let him catch my whooping. I don't want it. I've had enough in my lifetime.
Yep.
So do you know who I'm talking about now?
No, but I was thinking that you were talking about this guy right here, Kai.
No, but I did meet him.
Yeah,
I met him. Yeah,
he's a big time model. And he also runs.
He does a lot of
yeah,
social
he does
media.
a lot.
He's on there every time I get on Instagram. He's there.
Yeah, his videos go viral, like stupid viral. And then he recommended me to this modeling agency I'm actually going to go meet tomorrow.
That is fantastic.
Yes, like that's what I mean by like networking. Like
you have all your portfolio put together and all that good stuff.
yes, sir.
That's fantastic,
Resume,
man. I really
all
wish you
that.
good luck on that. It's almost overwhelming how many things that you do and how many things but it's great. Stay busy. Don't ever stop. That's the game. I mean, that I asked the guys at Collab. I interviewed them at Collab one day. It was on a Sunday. I think, was it a Sunday?
It was a Sunday.
Sunday.
It was like,
We went down there and we had John, Jit, and Ray come on the show, and and I asked those guys, do you see yourself like quitting? Like where do you, what's an end game for you? But it should. I mean, honestly, that was a dumb question because I know those guys and I know they're kind of like me. I don't ever see myself quitting. I could do this until the day I take my last breath.
We with this for ill.
For life. Because I just learned L. That means lost, right? I mean, normally it's lost, but he's talking about for life. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, I'm a few steps behind, but I'm here. I'm with you.
We gonna grab it.
Yeah. You gotta learn me up, man. I need some education out there on the street because I definitely don't know the lingo.
Elliot stopped in, by the way.
What's up, E?
Said tap it in. Hyped to see Kujo on the podcast and looking forward to big things in the future.
Oh my God, all the things this cat's into. He's definitely gonna be up there for sure on the big screen at some point. Fast and Furious 365.
Hey, well, what's cool is you could revisit this. Years now, you can revisit this.
Yeah,
so.
And they'll be like, well, let's cut all the parts with that the beard guy out. Get him out of there. He's a goofball. But well, I appreciate you coming all the way out here, man. I don't know where you came from. You don't make me feel bad because it usually does. But I appreciate it, and whoever drove him here, whoever's going to pick him up, appreciate that too. We don't want him driving out there at night in the rain. It's nasty. But hey, man, did you have fun?
Yeah, I had fun. So much fun, actually.
Yeah, good.
It made me feel more comfortable with, hey, I can really start this podcast, and it's nothing but just like having a camera in front of my face.
Having a camera and a mic.
Talking.
I mean, even just without a mic, but, just talking to people.
Yes. I'm going to most definitely go back and show my girlfriend. She's really interested in doing a podcast. Like,
yeah.
I keep telling her, bro, like, there's nothing to it, but
there
just
really
to do
isn't.
It for real.
It's
like,
just hit the record button and go. I mean, there are some technical things which we can talk about offline because, like I said, if I start going down that rabbit hole, we're going to be here all night.
All night.
Yeah, we're going to be here all night, and you're going to need to bring a notepad. Like, legitimately. I mean, I could type you up some something,
Yes,
just some steps to take and some things to look for. But if you're out there and you're wanting to create, this is Kujo the Kreator, and he knows how to create. He's doing it big, and he's just on step number 2. So I don't know how many steps are on that ladder or on them stairs. I mean, usually there's roughly 14, but that's just sky's the limit.
Not in his house.
Nope. There's
about 1,000 steps right there.
Hey, not to take from Chris, but 2X Visions, endless,
He's crazy,
endless visions. So.
He's doing his thing, bro. Like
I thought about wearing my sweatshirt that he gave me, man.
I was just on the phone with him,
yeah,
like a couple of days ago. We were just chopping it up and talking about like what he can do, and what he's gonna do next, and I'm like, bro, the sky's the limit. Like, you're 16, like
I'm
you're
amazed,
2 years younger than me.
I'm amazed at all y'all young people, man. And I mean, I hate to keep grouping, but we've had some young folks on here, and it's just amazing to see the amount of talent and just the attitude and the will and all of that stuff, man. It really does blow me away. So, man, just keep hitting it. Don't stop for nothing, and just get after it, man. I'm gonna be watching, so I'll be out there supporting you from the wings, for sure. Folks, I really appreciate y'all for stopping in, and hopefully you'll go back and look at some of the older videos. The audio for this podcast will be up whenever I decide to put it up, but it'll go out across Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of the major podcast providers. Wherever you get your podcasts, you'll find currently entitled Archetype Aperture. And I'm Jim, and that's it for the night. See ya.
See ya.
Peace.
Peace.